Okay, hi. Ignore my cat meowing in the background. So I'm really bad at like recording myself talking when I don't have something to do with my hands because I just do this a lot. But you guys asked me to do this, so I'm making it work while putting my makeup on, which is a mistake because it's so hot here. It's probably all just gonna sweat off, but it's fine. So I was gonna talk about the NASA We Are Going moon landing video. I guess it's not a moon landing video as much as they're talking about like the next next mission to go to the moon, the next like way that they're gonna send people to the moon. So they called it We Are Going, and the main premise of it, I really hope that you can hear me while I'm doing this. This is probably a bad idea. The whole like premise of it was that they wanted to get humans on the moon to stay by 2024. So, they're gonna get humans on the moon to stay by 2024, using the Orion spacecraft. So the Orion spacecraft is entirely new technology, which is actually being made by Canada, which was interesting. And it is going to be a spacecraft that is built, it's a human capsule that's supposed to keep humans alive for the duration of their time on the way into deep space and then back as well, so that they don't have any mishaps like the one they had recently where they had that spacecraft land in the ocean. But it wasn't really meant to land in the ocean. I think they do land them in the ocean sometimes on purpose, but that one wasn't supposed to. So that's called Orion, and in order to keep Orion landing smoothly on the moon, so like the idea is to get it to land anywhere and be able to land in the moon's gravity without any issues, they're going to build a interdimensional space. It orbits, I don't know the official name for it, but they're calling it Gateway, and it orbits in between our gravity and the moon's gravity. So it's going to stay up in air at all times and make it so that when we land a spacecraft, we are able to do that a lot easier. We're also able to send supplies up easier for building on the moon and science purposes. So like research, being able to send things down and take things back up to the moon, and also to feed people while they're up there, so that they, even if they don't have enough up there to begin with, where's my kabuki brush? Even if they don't have enough up there to begin with, guess I'm not doing this, it's still gonna be okay because they'll be able to send up more during that process, if that makes sense. So they're doing that, and then they want to make these lunar landers, the Orion, reusable. So instead of it, what usually happens is they send people up to the moon, and I'm using this. It usually happens is they send people up to the moon, and then once they get up there, they use a different pod to come back down to Earth, and then that pod is destroyed. By the time it lands, it is no longer usable. There's no fixing it. That's it. It's done. Gone. Bye. So what they want to do is, in order to save money and also make it so that we have a more sustainable spacecraft, they want to make them reusable. And that's going back into the Orion that's being produced and designed by Canada. And then what was the other like really important thing they touched on in the video? Oh, water. There's a bunch of like, there's billions of gallons of frozen water underneath the moon's surface. I'm not really sure how deep down it is. It's under like, it's down there. They have to extract it. So it's not like just like a frozen lake on top of the moon. They have to go underneath the surface of the moon in order to get to it, but they were saying that once they get to it, they'll be able to use it not only as drinking water for the space travelers that they send up there, astronauts, but they'll also be able to use it as oxygen and also as hydrogen for rocket fuel, which goes back into the idea of reusable rockets and safer space travel, so that people are able to come back down to Earth safer, with no safety concerns, or less safety concerns. So that was really exciting. And what else? I guess the general idea is that they want to make it to the moon to stay by 2024. I read an article earlier from NASA that was saying that they were actually talking about having the next astronaut that goes up for this big Moon to Mars mission actually be a woman, which was pretty freaking exciting. They've had a really big push for diversity and supporting diversity in NASA's space program with their cadets and with their scientists as well. Looking through their YouTube channel, they talk about it a lot. I know I look kind of crazy right now. I swear it's not gonna look that bad when I'm done. So yeah, that was like, I don't know, the really exciting parts of that video to me. When they had that come out, I probably watched it like, I don't know, 30 times in a row. It was ridiculous. It's really exciting, the idea of us being able to go to the moon like that, because once we open up the ability to travel to the moon in a safer way on a more regular basis, and have people stay up there longer, we're opening up the idea for commercial space travel. And commercial space travel means that we're going to be able to do stuff up there that's making us money, which, you know, USA is all about, gotta make the money, but also potentially sending people up there eventually as like a travel experience, instead of them being like trained astronauts and space cadets, actual like regular people. I'm sure it won't start with regular people, it'll start with like billionaires or something. You get the point. They're going to commercialize space travel. And I don't know about y'all, but I want to be able to go to the moon. I want to go to the moon really, really bad. Especially considering everything that they did to our current planet. We gotta get on the ball about the movement idea. Otherwise, we're all gonna die on this rock, and it's not gonna be pretty. Anyways, pessimism aside, that was the NASA video talking about the moon. Because who doesn't love the moon? Honestly. The other cool thing that I wanted to talk about was E3 this year. They did, basically like all of E3 was kind of boring. I was expecting a little more, especially from like Bethesda this year, after they took a massive shit on gamers with Fallout 76. I was expecting to be wowed. I was really, really expecting to be wowed. I was really hoping for some sort of apology, or like, I was really, really hoping for a new Vegas game is what I was expecting, kind of. Because we know that like in the past couple years, I feel like there's just been a lot of dwindling in the gaming community and from like gaming developers, especially. Like they're not, I don't know, nothing's really wowed me in a while. And so I was hoping that this year there would be something that was just crazy exciting from Bethesda. And there wasn't. Instead, we got paid actors from the audience screaming when they mentioned Fallout 76's yet another bug fix. Just ridiculous. And then, of course, Nintendo comes along and whoops all our asses into shape, as they do every year. This needs to be closer. As they do every year. They just, everything about the developers over at Nintendo, they really know what they're doing when it comes to releasing games, talking about games, what they're going to show for trailers, and really keeping an eye on what their fan base wants and what they're looking for. So, like, we got more information about the new Pokemon game, which I haven't been super excited about. I haven't been excited about new Pokemon games in a couple years. I played Let's Go Eevee on the Switch, and it was good. It's cute, but it wasn't hello son. It wasn't really everything I dreamed of. I played the Pokemon games when I was younger, that were all like 8-bit and, you know, like on my Game Boy Color is what those are called. And ever since then, there's no good way to do this. Ever since then, I just haven't really been excited about any of the new stuff. Like, HD Pokemon just didn't seem like something I really wanted, because it was always so good in pixels. Well, I mean, it's all pixels, but you know what I mean? Like, the 8-bit pixelated version was always very good. And that's what I grew up with, and it was always just a joy. And I haven't been excited about any of the starters that they've had the past couple years. So it was really just kind of like a, they're making another Pokemon game kind of thing for me. And then, of course, they came out with the starters, and Scorbunny was announced, and I lost my shit very, very quickly. Because he's so cute, and he has this cute little, like, fire feet thing, and the idle animation is him hopping like this. And it's just my favorite thing ever. Seriously my favorite thing ever. He's the cutest. And I am legitimately incredibly excited for him. It's not really making that better, is it? I'm awful at doing makeup. Just an FYI. If you weren't already aware, 12 minutes into this, I'm really bad at this. So I was excited for Scorbunny, and then they had the new trailer and gameplay stuff come out for E3, and obviously some of those new characters. What was the trainer's name? I think her name is Nessa. I might be wrong. The new water trainer, and she's adorable, and they've really, as a company, I feel like they've streamlined for more diversity in their games for years now, and that's really exciting to see. I'm really excited for it. This is an awful angle. Was really excited for that, and then they showed the gameplay sequences for fighting with Scorbunny, and I got really nervous when he showed double kick as his 4th move, because I don't want him to be a firefighting type, because that would just suck. I was kind of stupidly hoping that he would be a fire fairy type, even though I know that they're not gonna do that. It was just like a thought in my mind. I was like, he's really cute. Slap some wings on that fucker. Call him a fairy type, and we would be good. I feel like a lot of people would eat that up. I certainly would. I would have so much Scorbunny merch. But no, it looks like he's gonna be a firefighting type. I don't think I want to post that. So anyways, that happened. What else happened at E3 this year for Nintendo? Animal Crossing New Horizons is really, really exciting. Everyone's a little disappointed about them having to push it back, of course, but I'm glad that they're doing it for the right reasons. It's not like we didn't put enough time into this. It was like we want to make sure that our developers are not like worked to death, which was cool of a company to say, especially because like I feel like there's a lot of controversy in the gaming community right now, in the developing community, with game devs just being worked too hard. So yeah, that was exciting to see. The more the sun shines on me, the sweatier I look. Isn't that great? So yeah, I was excited for that. This is I don't even know why I'm bothering showing stuff. I haven't shown half the stuff I've used. It's just I was excited for that, and everything that they're putting into it looks incredible. Like the new graphics, I saw somebody compare New Leaf to New Horizons, and it looks incredible. I'm pretty excited for the crafting component. When I first heard it in the trailer, I wasn't really excited for it because I was afraid it was going to be more pocket campy than like New Leaf, and I wanted a new game, a new main game for Animal Crossing. Where did my glasses go? But my glasses are on, you can't see any of it. I was really excited for that, and it looks like there's going to be a lot more town customization, which was exciting. And yeah. And then what was there was one other Nintendo thing. Zelda. I didn't even know that I wanted a new Zelda game until they announced that they were making a sequel to Breath of the Wild, along with the other Zelda game that they're doing right now, the one with the little chibi Link. But it looks gorgeous. They're gonna use the same what is it called? I can't remember what it's called right now. They're using the same thing they used to make Breath of the Wild, which is cool, and it's gonna be so pretty, and I'm already so excited for it. And if I don't get to play as Zelda, I'm gonna be incredibly disappointed because Zelda is my wife, and has been my wife since I was like 6. So that's exciting, and all that I'm gonna ramble about now because I have makeup on that I now need to go take off because it's too hot.